Hi, everybody. Recently, the situation in China has been unusual and is becoming really critical. And what happened is, although the Chinese official media make no report about that, but we know from different sources, including the World Health Organization, WHO, and that is, it has been a new wave of infection of corona. 250 million people are infected. 250. That's quite a lot. Basically 20% of the whole population. And this is probably only data from the big cities. And the Chinese hospitals are actually collapsed because many people looking for medical help, and the capacity is just not enough to take care of all of them. I just have a phone call from a friend of mine in China from a big city. She told me that in her city, practically nobody go to work. She is a CEO of a company, and she told me she's having fun with her family. Sorry, I said, why don't you work? Because nobody works. Why? Because many people are sick, and those who are not sick, they are so afraid to go to the office and get sick. So, and this is not only in her city, in Shanghai, in Beijing, everywhere. In Beijing, it's terrible. Long queue in front of the funeral bureau, long queue in front of crematorium, long waiting queue in all hospitals. And people are dying. A lot of people are dying. As long as I understand, someone told me, someone reported, continuously you can see dead body transport cars coming out from the from the crematorium, continuously. People has also called up crematorium and got the information that they are running all the burners 24 hours non-stop, and all of them, my goodness. And many of these people, dead people, are CCP member, and many of them are not only member, but high-ranking official or former high-ranking official. They are even, pretty well-known people. Now, one person is not confirmed, I heard, is actually the mother of Xi Jinping, but that is not confirmed. But anyway, many of them, and also many well-known professors in the Chinese university who has been teaching students in the way the party wants. They also disappeared, and probably died. So situation is very serious. Some people say, it is because China, terminated the lockdown and released everybody for freedom and so on, and that's why we have this problem. It's not the whole truth. The truth is, according to World Health Organization, already before the 7th of December, when the CCP decided to stop lockdown, the number of infected people by corona was already huge and developed explosively. So, and actually, they are now using maybe the termination of the lockdown as an excuse of the situation. Actually, it's not. The real reason is their lockdown policy never helped fighting corona. During all the lockdown period, people were getting sick and died and so on. So, and now it's getting more critical, of course. Now, the interesting thing is, recently, the newspaper, a global media called Epoch Times, published an article about what the founder of Falun Gong, Mr. Li Hongzhi, said 3 years ago. It was, I think, March, year 2020. In the article, Mr. Li Hongzhi said that epidemic is something arranged by high-level living being. And this is a consequence of karma created by people. That means when people do a lot of bad things, yeah, a lot of, cheating people, killing people, whatever, all these people doing a lot of bad things, they will get a kind of karmic response. And a typical form of karmic response can be epidemic, or maybe earthquake, maybe tsunami, and so on, and flooding, and storm. So, but very typical is actually in the form of epidemic. So, and well, the scientists may not agree, but we have to be humble. The science has discovered a lot of things, but there are probably many times more things that the scientist hasn't discovered yet. So, and this is a normal development. You always, when you say I discovered something, meaning there's something I never know before, right? So it's the same thing. So I don't want to claim that this relationship between virus and epidemic and karma and bad deeds of human being, there's a connection. I cannot deny that. I don't want to deny it. It can be. And also, in the history, in both Chinese history and European history, you have had such phenomena. You cannot prove it 100% because things happened 1,000 years, 2,000 years ago. How can you prove it? So, for example, in the old Roman Empire, the powerful people of the Roman Empire, they persecuted the Christians. Hundreds and thousands of Christians were thrown into to the lions, be eaten up by the lion, and so on. Very cruel, very terrible thing. And what happened? Epidemic came to Roman Empire, and all the people who died, according to historical documentation, were the Roman Empire people, not the Christian. They survived. So it looked like that the virus have eyes. They are intelligent. They find the right people. And actually, in China, you have something similar happen. At the end of Ming Dynasty, the government, the emperor was very corrupt. So he only trusts his spies. So the spies department is the biggest department in the whole China. It's a little bit like China today. The party boss probably trusts most his people of state security ministry, right? So, and what happened is this corrupt emperor's government were creating a lot of suffering for the people in China, and then China was, so to say, invaded by the Manchus, from the north. Well, their opponents. So they fought a war, and during the war, an epidemic broke out. Well, scientists claim that in war, because you kill people, dead body may create some virus, and I don't want to believe in that. Anyway, some force made it that epidemic took place during the war. And interesting is, this epidemic, it killed almost only the corrupted Ming Dynasty's army, but not the Manchurian army who were fighting this corrupted government. It's interesting. And so actually the virus helped the Manchur to win the war quickly, because the Ming army were much destroyed by the virus. So, and there's a fact. So now, Mr. Li Hongzhi, founder of Falun Gong, said, this virus has come to eliminate, to fix the problem of CCP. So, and he said, this virus will take away all the evil elements of the CCP, and also people who stand together with the CCP and join the evil deed. they are also in big danger. And he said 3 years ago, if you don't believe it, just wait and see. Now, 3 years later, we see. We see a lot. And unfortunately, we may even see more. Now we are approaching the end of the year, and the year 2023 is coming soon. It will be a year of trouble, a year of crisis. But you know, like in a tunnel, yeah, it's dark and dark and dark, and then sometime after, at the end of the tunnel, you will see light again. So I hope during the year 2023, we will come to the end of the tunnel and see the light. Yeah. So I wish you a better year 2023.